Om Tat Sat. This is Swami Nikhilananda. My humble prostrations to the universal divine energy in the form of Adi Shankaracharya ji, my worshipful Guru, Swami Jyotirmayanand Maharaj, to all the sages and saints of this world, and to all of you divine souls watching this satsang. Today we will be discussing verse number 15 of the Holy Scripture Bhaja Govindam by Adi Shankaracharya ji. Angam galitam palitam mundam dashana vihinam jatam tundam vridho yati grahitva dandam tadapi namunchatyashapindam Bhaj Govindam Bhaj Govindam Govindam Bhaj Mudamate. In verse number 15, Shankaracharya ji again brings us to the things we are constantly trying to sweep under the rug. We don't want to think about them, but like any good teacher, like any good mother, God, Shankaracharya ji knows what's best for our soul, not for our body. So he says, Angam galitam palitam mundam. Angam means body parts. Galitam means they're decaying. Palitam mundam is hair is also graying. So body is getting old, weak, wrinkled, and hair is turning gray. Dashana vihinam jatam tundam. Teeth in the mouth slowly start to leave us. They start getting destroyed. Vridho yati grahitva dandam. Then he puts in front of us a very vivid picture. He says, as you get very old age approaches, what do we need? We need a stick. We can't even hold our body straight. We need the stick for the system of support, for our support. Grihitva dandam. Tadapi namuntachasha pindam. He says, and yet the bundles of desires are so strong. We see all these things. We see where we are going to soon dissolve, and yet we don't do anything about it. See, desires are like quicksand. We get sucked in as if by vacuum. And desires turn into cravings, which is called Trishna, and is never satisfied like salty water. It cannot satisfy you. So you need pure nectar. You need to drink real water. Even with old age, the desires continue to persist, and therein lies the problem. The rapid spiritual progress, if we want to make, we have to learn to transcend the desires. That doesn't mean people get all confused. That doesn't mean you don't have things or you don't use them or you'll keep everything. You have all the possessions. You just have to learn how to transcend the desires and change the focus of your attention towards satsang, spirituality, knowing that your body is transient. See, Lord Rama, instead of being crowned the king, the next day, what happened? He was sent to forest for 14 years, and he still maintained his equanimity in both circumstances. His face did not glow with joy when he was going to be crowned the king, and it did not get depressed or demoralized or afflicted with sorrow when he was given the sad news that he had to go to the forest based on the promise that his father had made. So being, for a saint and a sage, what truly should happen is if you have to live in a hut, You are as comfortable living in that poor hut as you are in a big palace. So learn that equanimity. That's what Lord Rama is teaching us from his practical experience. So it is the mind that we have to conquer. See, the mind is the one that is trying to control us. Thus Shankaracharya ji guides us to control the senses and curtail our desires and go within. How do you do that? By shutting out the senses of the external things. You try to go within. Do your sadhana, create a certain time, have connection with sages and saints and satsangas like this one. Hopefully they will help you to introspect on the right things while you have this precious human body. This is Swami Nikhilananda. Om Tat Sat.